I'm Matt McCoy. You know, this might sound kind of funny, but I've lived a lot of life. I've worked hard. I've raised a great family. I've done my best. And I'll bet you have too. I mean, people like us, we're experienced people. And I don't know about you, but the older I get, the more I appreciate when someone values that experience. So when I found out that I was getting overcharged for my car insurance, I put my foot down. And I found an insurance program that didn't just value my experience, they celebrated it. It's called the AARP Auto Insurance Program from the Hartford. And for drivers age 50 and older, drivers just like you and me, I mean, it's just better savings, it's better service, it is better everything. Today we're gonna meet some people just like you and me who have lived a lot of life. These are good people who found out that they could do better with their car insurance.
Right now, I am 52 years old, and we've got kids in college. One's finishing up. Another one just went to freshman orientation yesterday. So we're in the transition stage of life, I guess. I'm a chemist with a large chemical company. I'm looking for improvements, looking for changes, and that kind of digging in, detective work, I find fascinating. Anytime I'm considering buying anything, you know, if it's more than about $1.50, I'll research it to death because I want to know that I'm getting the best. When I got the AARP membership and then looked into the Hartford insurance, the rate was like half of what I was paying. And I had done a lot of comparison shopping, right? So I was like, okay, sign me up right now. We had an accident. Oh, well, we didn't have an accident. My car had an accident, right? I was not in the car. No one was in the car. Around 2 in the morning, I hear this, you know, big engine, big vehicle, you know, just and then thud. Next day, I had completely forgotten about it. Went out in the morning and waved across the street at my neighbor, and he's like, hey, do you know your car's smashed? I was like, oh no. A hit and run accident, my brand new car. I mean, I had just picked it up in August, this is November. Dealing with Hartford was super easy. We're gonna take care of it, we'll fix it, it'll be good as new, right? Don't worry about it. At this point in my life, I do not need drama, right? I have 2 daughters, that's drama enough. Dealing with a car getting smashed, I don't want to hassle, I want to get it fixed. And they handled everything, right? It was very easy. For folks who are turning 50, I tell them the 2 companies combined, AARP and Hartford, is just basically a match made in heaven, and that you're crazy if you don't sign up for it.
When it comes to car insurance, have you ever wondered, am I going to get the care I need if I get into a car accident? Well, let me tell you about the Hartford and their Recover Care benefit. Now, this is a benefit that if you're ever hurt in a car accident, the Hartford will help you take care of the things you do every single day. They'll help pay for someone to get your groceries, your home to be clean, your lawn to be mowed, even someone to walk your dog. Have you ever heard of anything like that? An insurance company that takes care of you when you need it the most. So, what's the Hartford doing to take care of folks like us? That's a good question. Let's meet Don and Judy Kolke, a couple who really values a company that cares.
Don and I both worked for the same TV and radio company. And one night they rented the boat.
She was dancing, it was some guy was bothering her, and then I came up and I said, I'd like to dance with you. And she said, well, thank you for saving me. I said, I didn't save you, I wanted to dance with you, you know.
And we were married 2 months later. Our priorities at this point in our life are health.
My priority is your, and I hope your priority is me.
Of course, and our children and grandchildren. And they come to visit, we see them a lot, so it's wonderful.
And then they go home, the grandchildren.
Yeah, we sugar them up and send them home. We've been members of AARP for, I think, over 20 years. I was looking around last year for a better insurance than the one we had. The rates had gone up, and Don said, how about Hartford?
We feel that they know something about what is available for seniors, and we thought, okay, that's an interesting place to go.
We're dealing with older people here. We aren't texters. We're very careful. We really take care of ourselves, so they give us a discount.
We were in Leesburg in Florida, and we're driving down a street, and a car came backing out of his garage. I swerved quickly because there was nothing else for me to do. And there was a huge rock on the side of the road, and it took out half of my side door of the car.
But I called the Hartford, and they were wonderful.
But they seemed like they cared. They really
they did.
cared about what was happening with us. And you don't find that much.
It was probably a minor accident in the scheme of accidents, but to us it was a big accident, and wonderful that Hartford was there to cover it.
We've made decisions that have helped us.
Yes,
and we continue to do so.
We're proud of our lives.
And Hartford is one of those decisions.
Okay, let's talk dollars and cents. After all, if you're anything like me, when it comes to car insurance, price is a big deal. That's how my wife Mary and I got started with the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford. See, the truth is, we hadn't even thought about switching. We'd been with our old insurance company for over 20 years. But then we found out about the Hartford and what a difference that made. They gave us a quote that was hundreds of dollars less than our old policy.
I was with my previous insurance for 30 years. I took everything that I had to my former insurance, and I said, here it is, here's theirs. And he looks at me, he just shakes his head, he said, I would take it. He said, you're crazy if you don't.
We went online and, you put your name out and everybody and his brother comes to you offering you insurance. And we checked the pricing on many, many companies, and the Hartford was the very best.
With the economy like it is today, we need to save everything we can save. The Hartford picked us up. It just saved us tons of money, and I can appreciate that.
Value, peace of mind, experience, great service, great prices. For AARP members like us, the Hartford has got it all. Now, if you're not an AARP member, the Hartford can help you join. It only takes a couple of minutes.
AARP and Hartford are like peanut butter and jelly. They've been together for a long time.
It's a good insurance company. One call will get you squared away and you will save money.
It is a big company, but with a heart. The Hartford.
Why should you switch to the Hartford? Because we care about experienced drivers. To prove it, we offer lower rates and a commitment to keep you and your family safe if anything should happen. With the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford, people age 50 and over are saving big. How big? $404 on average, and that's just the average. Some drivers save even more.
Hartford came in with better prices. They were great. They were affordable.
After I had purchased the Hartford insurance, my payments reduced greatly.
I'd seen the ads, I hate to say for several years, and basically threw them away. And says, you know what, I'm going to give these guys a call. And it came up less money, and I go, done.
The Hartford promises that if you're ever in an accident, we'll be by your side. No matter what happens, no matter when, a live person will answer your call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Our representatives will guide you through the claims process from your first call until your repaired car is back in your driveway. Payment on your claim will be fast and fair. You can receive a check in as little as 2 days, and we'll stand by the workmanship on your repairs for as long as you own your car. At the Hartford, we are passionate about taking the very best care of our customers. With your policy, you get new car replacement free. If your car is totaled in an accident, you'll receive a free replacement car of the exact same make and model. You'll also get the protection of Recover Care. So if you're injured in an accident, we'll help cover the cost of having someone do your grocery shopping, lawn care, even walk your dog. And you won't be dropped. You'll enjoy free lifetime renewability. That's our commitment to you, even if you're in an accident.
I didn't choose the Hartford just because they gave me a good price. At the end of the day, my family and I needed peace of mind and the confidence that we will be taken care of if we're ever in a car accident. And the Hartford gave us just that.
Take advantage of this combination of savings and benefits that only the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford provides. Call the Hartford at 1-888-284-4616 to request a free quote. The Hartford offers many discounts, including multi-car, defensive driver, airbags, and hybrid car. And AARP members are eligible to save up to 10% on auto insurance from the Hartford. If you're not an AARP member, the Hartford can help you join in just minutes. In fact, 9 out of 10 AARP members who switch to the Hartford from companies such as Allstate, State Farm, Progressive, and Geico, they all get a lower rate with the Hartford. How much are people saving? $404 on average, and that's just the average. Some drivers save even more. Call or go online now to request a free quote, and we'll send you this free calculator. Maybe you can add up your savings. Just call the Hartford at 1-888-284-4616. That's 1-888-284-4616, or go to quotehartford.com for your free quote.
Now, I want you to meet a remarkable couple and hear how they've managed to live their dream. Leslie and Harold Firestone. Now, I'd tell you where they live, but that changes from day to day.
We didn't start thinking about retirement until we were probably in our mid-40s. That's when the kids were all gone, I guess.
But we read a book called Honey, Let's Get a Boat, about doing the Great American Loop, which is circling the eastern half of North America. It takes a year to do the trip, so we thought that might be a good first year of our retirement. When we needed insurance in Florida, I looked around to try and find something that was suitable for us. We checked with the Hartford. Their pricing was excellent, and the coverage they gave me was as good as what we had before, if not better. I was on my way to work, and I backed into a car that was parked across the street, and I was horrified. That's just not something that normally happens to me.
She said she was upset. I was really kind of embarrassed because the car she backed into was a car of a friend of ours. That kind of added another layer of stress to it, I guess you might say. I called the Hartford, and Elizabeth answered the phone, and she was very helpful.
When you call an insurance company to have a question answered, it's important that you get someone kind and careful and well-trained on the other end. And the Hartford did that for us.
Yeah.
They were there when we got the insurance, and they were there when we needed it. There was no hesitation about what needed to be done, and they had the resources available. I think that's what surprised us the most. We really appreciate being with the Hartford because we have been careful people all of our lives and have had very few accidents. And to be part of a group that's been around a long time like the Hartford feels good because they're like us.
Imagine you get a letter from your car insurance company notifying you that you've just been dropped. It happens, and it could happen to you, but not with the Hartford. That's because they have a special benefit called lifetime renewability. It's their promise not to drop you even if you're in an accident. When was the last time you heard that from a car insurance company? They won't drop you. That's a big deal.
Knowing that people make mistakes, it's a great feeling to know that they're not going to drop you for that reason.
Just to know that little added factor, it's huge. They take care of you. The Hartford takes care of you.
We don't have to look for another insurance any time in the future.
Now, what would a car insurance program be without a guy who's really into cars?
I'm a conservative driver right now, and I can't say that that was always true in my driving history. Cars mean freedom to me. The design of a car, the aesthetics of a car, even the color of the car relates to how we feel about ourselves. And they put a smile on my face. As I shift through the gears and feel the wind in my hair, I think that with our generation, we know what service used to be. And service was provided by people who knew what they were talking about. And when I called up the Hartford, the person I spoke with when it came to initiating my policy knew exactly what she was talking about. She had all the patience in the world to answer every question I asked, and that was so refreshing. I was on the highway on an exit ramp, and traffic was creeping along, And I looked up in my rearview mirror, and suddenly all I could see was somebody's grill. And next thing I know, I'm hit. I was forced into the car in front of me, and looked down at the odometer, 217 miles on the car. So I jumped out of the car and went to the guy behind me, and he gets out of his car and says, "I'm really sorry, I was looking at my phone." Okay. But you know what? The reality is that accidents happen, and having good insurance sets that concern aside when it comes to issues that might arise. I mean, an accident is just that, it's a surprise, something you didn't anticipate. And so now I've got something to help me through that unanticipated eventuality. I can't say enough good things about the Hartford insurance because I'm just so delighted with the way my claim was handled. I wouldn't be here now if it weren't for the fact that I feel this strongly about the Hartford insurance and what they've done for me with a claims process that I thought was going to be a big hassle, and frankly, it was amazingly simple.
The Hartford's been in business for more than 200 years. 200 years. You can count on a company with that kind of track record. I think anyone who's been in business that long has got to be doing something right. And I think it starts with caring for their customers. Why does the Hartford do so much for experienced drivers age 50 and over? Well, maybe it's because the Hartford is so experienced themselves.
I was very impressed that they had been around for 200 years. I understand the value in that history.
That's even older than us, in fact. Not by much, but you gotta believe that they've done a good job if they've lasted that long. And we found from personal experience, they do a very good job.
With age come experience, and I just believe that, you know, when a company has been in business as long as they have, they're gonna treat people right.
You have a lot of companies that just try to be a mill to get a whole lot of business. But to have somebody that still has that personal touch, that takes time out to talk to you, I think that's really important.
Did you know that the Hartford is the only national auto insurance program endorsed by AARP? That's because the Hartford does more to care for experienced drivers, AARP members, than anyone else. With the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford, you'll get amazing benefits free with your policy, like lifetime renewability. That's our commitment not to drop you, even if you're in an accident. And free new car replacement. That means we'll replace your new car if it's totaled within 15 months or 15,000 miles of purchase, free. You'll also get the protection of Recover Care. So if you're ever injured in a car accident, we'll help cover the cost of someone to get your groceries, clean your home, mow your lawn, even walk your dog, all standard with your policy. Plus, the Hartford offers optional benefits like first accident forgiveness. If you have an accident, it won't count against you and your rates won't go up because of it. And disappearing deductible. Lower your deductible every year you drive accident-free.
The value of the Hartford to me is outstanding. When you know that you're going to get the support that you need in times of need, it makes me feel good. It's a great value for my money.
In fact, 9 out of 10 AARP members who switch to the Hartford from companies such as Allstate, State Farm, Progressive, and Geico, they all get a lower rate with the Hartford. How much are people saving? $404 on average, and that's just the average. By grouping you with other experienced drivers, we can keep your rates low. And AARP members are eligible to save up to 10% on auto insurance from the Hartford. If you're not an AARP member, the Hartford can help you join in just minutes.
The rate was like half of what I was paying, and I had done a lot of comparison shopping. Right, so I was like, okay, sign me up right now.
Hartford came in with better prices, the same coverage. They were great. They were affordable.
Call or go online now to request a free quote, and we'll send you this free calculator. Maybe you can add up your savings.
When you reach age 50, you need to take that quote and look. If you don't, you're missing out.
Just call the Hartford at 1-888-284-4616. That's 1-888-284-4616. Or go to quotehartford.com for your free quote.
You know, AARP could have chosen any car insurance company to work with, but they chose the Hartford. Did you know that the Hartford is the only national car insurance program endorsed by AARP? In fact, they've been working together for over 30 years. By creating a car insurance program specifically designed for drivers age 50 and over, the Hartford is giving people like us real savings and great benefits too.
having such great experiences with the Hartford, again, I'm the type, once you find something that's good and you have friends that it may help out, you let them know.
I'd recommend Hartford Insurance to anybody because I'd say it's the best insurance you can get.
I have told people as soon as you turn 50, join AARP and get the Hartford insurance.
My brother's about to encounter his 50th birthday, and I'm going to be all over him when it comes to looking at the Hartford for insurance. You've got to consider it. You've got to consider it.
When our kids were little, we went on road trips every single summer. These days, my wife Mary and I are taking trips on our own. We're seeing new sights, we're trying new things, we're visiting the kids where they live now. And that's what I think a life well lived is all about. You're creating new memories, but you're also celebrating the old ones. When you get to be our age, the things that really matter. Life is about concentrating on the good stuff. Especially to this guy, Jerry. Now, after he got home from Vietnam, he decided that he was going to do his best to enjoy every moment, period.
When I was in Vietnam, I can remember being under rocket attack and things blowing up all around me. And I was sitting there and I said, if I live through this, I'm going to enjoy every day of my life. And so that's been sort of my credo ever since, and that's what I've done. The most important thing to me is family. My brother Ron and I are like one and the same. My brother's always got my back. I've got his back. So with that, you can almost do anything. I love to golf. You get out there, you can forget about everything. You just have fun. It's just real nice, you know, you just get to appreciate just life. That's what's great about it. As we were leaving the golf course, the hostess said, watch out for deer on the way back. So we're driving back and I was with my brother and said, what do we do if we see a deer? I go, well, I don't know what we do. Boom, there was a deer right in the car. And looking at the deer, and the deer's looking at us and going, like little girls, ah! We came to a stop, the deer rolled off. And then we finally realized we're both still alive. We jumped out of the car and the deer had gotten away. So we got very lucky. I mean, the car was drivable. We didn't get hurt, the deer didn't get hurt. This is where really, when you talk about insurance, where it makes the difference. When I called Hartford, first thing she says, are you okay? She told me where to take the vehicle, which is about a half mile from my house. And then she set me up with a rental vehicle. And all the way through the process, she was very professional, but she was very caring at the same time. I could tell in her voice. It wasn't about trying to save money. She was trying to help me out. And, you know, that's something you can't fake. Because when you have an accident, you're all by yourself. You don't do it every day, so you don't know what to do. Just like my brother, Hartford had my back.
Boy, it's really true, isn't it? Accidents can just come out of nowhere. So you have to be prepared. Okay, here's my hope for you and me. We never have to make a car insurance claim. But if you do, don't you want a person, not a computer, on the other end of the line? And wouldn't it be a breath of fresh air if that person knew exactly what they were talking about? Because if you're in a car accident, you need to trust the person on the other end of the phone. Well, that's just one of the things you get when you choose the Hartford. You're going to get a company that takes care of you every step of the way. It's the AARP Auto Insurance Program from the Hartford. Do yourself a favor. Check it out.
With the Hartford, you're getting an insurance company that not only values your experience, they celebrate it.
The Hartford takes in mind that we're dealing with older people here. We aren't texters.
We're at the age that we don't need to prove that our car is faster than the guy at the stoplight.
With the AARP Auto Insurance Program from the Hartford, drivers age 50 and over are saving hundreds of dollars on their policies, $404 on average. But that's just the average. Some drivers are saving even more.
Ended up changing over to the Hartford and saving over $800 a year.
I was with my previous insurance for 30 years. I took everything that I had to my former insurance, and I said, here it is, here's theirs. And he looks at me, he just shakes his head, he said, I would take it. He said, you're crazy if you don't.
The Hartford promises that if you're ever in an accident, we'll be by your side. No matter what happens, no matter when, a live person will answer your call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Our representatives will guide you through the claims process from your first call until your repaired car is back in your driveway. Payment on your claim will be fast and fair. You can receive a check in as little as 2 days, and we'll stand by the workmanship on your repairs for as long as you own your car. At the Hartford, we are passionate about taking the very best care of our customers. With your policy, you get new car replacement free. If your car is totaled in an accident, you'll receive a free replacement car of the exact same make and model. You'll also get the protection of Recover Care. So if you're injured in an accident, we'll help cover the cost of having someone do your grocery shopping, lawn care, even walk your dog. And you won't be dropped. You'll enjoy free lifetime renewability. That's our commitment to you, even if you're in an accident.
We don't have to look for another insurance any time in the future.
Take advantage of this combination of savings and benefits that only the AARP Auto Insurance Program from the Hartford provides.
If you're like me, you probably aren't thinking about what you're paying for car insurance. In fact, my wife and I were with the same company for more than 20 years, and we didn't give it a second thought. Then we called the Hartford, and they gave us a quote that saved us hundreds of dollars. Isn't it time for you to get the savings you deserve?